What is
Well, I was already wearing my dress. I was
feel like I haven't even prepared, right? You don't need to go my dress.
Yeah, you're comfortable.
It's just
That's exactly what I want. Yeah, just dressy because I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here like almost Indian style.
I feel like I haven't even prepared, right? You don't just.
You don't have to be prepared. It's just a conversation.
Low to the
We're not.
It's
All
like
right,
an interview.
welcome to Word on the Street. I'm here tonight with Lindsay and Leslie. You guys say hey.
Hi.
So Lindsay just knows a lot about everything, about business and just about worldly stuff, and she loves to talk and we have a great conversation. So I went ahead and brought her back. And then Leslie, she's a business owner, entrepreneur. I would say a philanthropist because she was out here for a long time, just volunteering and spearheading an organization. And she also has her own trials and tribulations that we're going to get into. So thanks for coming, Leslie.
Thank you for having
I
me.
appreciate you. So before we get into it, let's cheers. And health is wealth. Alright. So before we talk about business, Leslie, tell me who were you before you imagined owning your business? Like, what were you doing? What brought you to that? I remember you were working for Mother's Helpers.
I'm still doing that behind the scenes, volunteering and just from North County, from Santa Barbara to North County, which is Santa Maria, Lompoc. Before all that, I was for the streets.
When you say for the streets.
I mean, like, being raised by a mom and dad,
Who's a poodle?
I was always looking for love, I can say. My mom and my dad worked really hard, and there's like a 15 age gap between my siblings and I. So I really was on the street, living on the street, like chasing my baby's daddy around town.
Yeah.
With my baby. Not really proud of anything at that time. I just got out of the program. The program was Casa by the Sea, which was like behavioral modification.
Mm-hmm.
Like Paris Hilton advocates against them now.
What, is that one still open?
No, it got shut down.
Okay.
In 2004, it was shut down. From there, I went to Scientology.
How long were you in that program?
From 15 till 17. But right before I turned 18, so like months before I turned 18. So.
And where was that one?
In Sonata, Mexico.
You know, this is all new to me, so I'm like so intrigued right now. So was it just as how Paris would describe it? Or like?
Or worse. I think, for me it was worse.
Yeah.
I understood the language. So the way they would treat the kids, I understood what they were saying. And it was inappropriate. I remember one time I couldn't finish my food. I threw it up. They made me eat my throw up. It was the Commodore. We couldn't leave. And the mamas. It was really intense. They wouldn't believe you when you were sick. And that was a punishment. That was what was fit. Or it would be R&R, which is room restraints, and we would grab your face and rub it in the carpet. So we would have scars on our faces and our chins. My friend was from Carp, and he ended up in the same place. And when I saw him, I darted. I didn't know I was supposed to like have my head down.
Yeah.
But I darted towards him and I got rushed. So I got put in worksheets, and then we had to listen to tapes for hours. And
So how did, you said you were there till you were 17. Did someone have to sign you in there? You said it was in Mexico, so did they have the same rules as in the States, or someone has to sign you in and sign you out, or you age out? I thought you age out.
you could age out. There's an exit plan. With me though, my mom said we were going to look at property. And I had been on the streets. I would run away. I was run away. Again, the age gap. My sister and my brother were parents when I needed siblings and parents. So after my run, I got in the car with her and we left. I got to this big red gate and I was like, what are we doing here? She's like, oh, it's property management. And I walked through the doors, I can walk back out. They strip you all your clothes, squat and cough, look at all your crevices, and they cut my hair for some odd reason, I think because of the highlights, but no individuality in the program. Everybody was in uniform, khaki, blue shirt, bow tie. To this day, I don't do my eyebrows because I think it's trauma for me, like, because you weren't allowed to do it. So it kind of stuck on like this long.
Yeah. How'd you get out?
So the feds came and investigated.
What year was this?
04.
Oh, 4, okay. Was anybody ever held accountable?
No. There's a Netflix film actually about it right now. And that's mainly for the programs in the States.
Yeah,
and
I've seen that one.
We're working on making a Casa by the Sea documentary. My kids wanted me to wait till they were 18 so I can start talking about my story. Privacy reasons, I suppose. But he started to talk about it too, so I'm like, okay, so now we can talk about it.
Who's he?
Marky, my son, talks about it a little bit now. Like, he was in the foster care system.
Hold on real quick.
So he's barely giving me permission to like open up.
Okay. When did you have him?
I was 19.
So like right after a little bit after you came out.
As soon as I came home, I was on a pass from the Scientology program. So so I went from Casa by Sea, and then when they came to investigate the program, my mom pulled me.
When she knew the feds were coming,
Yes,
she pulled you.
because parents were going to be held accountable, but I guess they never were. But my mom got a little worried.
Okay. You guys are welcome to smoke if you want to smoke. Okay, please roll down there.
Yeah. So, and that was in February when she pulled me. I didn't make it a week when she already had a program in mind.
She already has something set up for you.
Yeah, so she took me to Guatemala to go see my family, and I'm like, okay, I can live out here. This is nice.
Yeah.
It's family. Like, that's all I wanted. I wanted family. I wanted love.
Were you born in Mexico or were you born here?
I was born here in San Barbara.
So you were able to just move around because I was wondering how are you traveling back and forth to across the state, across the country line.
Not even Mexican.
Yeah.
I was in Mexico, not even Mexican.
What's your nationality?
Guatemalan.
Guatemala.
From Central America. And so, like, you're not from here, you're not from there, you're not that either.
Yeah.
That's how I was treated. Like, I never belonged. And as soon as they took me to Guatemala, when we landed, I went to Watsonville. And that was the program. It was on Gaffey Road, in the boonies.
And it was a Scientology program.
Yes, it was called Narconon.
In 2000, so this was what, 2005?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, we gotta eat. I have like this special fetish with Scientology.
Yeah.
Like every time I drive down there.
Right.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, but I'm like scared they're gonna like get my license plate.
Right.
I have so many questions, but so when you went there, like
I went against the org,
Mhm.
and I got banned
Yeah.
from the org. I was asked to leave because on one of my visits, I decided to drink some stuff, and they had to put me in a cabin, in a special cabin. But they're not medically trained for detoxification.
yeah.
And the type of detoxing that you do, it's like sauna and vitamins and cold water.
It's like to try to push it out your body. Like,
and you can
push it
physically
out.
see it coming out of your pores. And so I pushed my boundaries with them. And they banned me.
Did you have to do an audit?
Yes. And I had the books, and I wish I would have been able to keep all of the books, but for some reason, they all disappeared. And for a long time, I didn't believe that they would check on your social media. I didn't believe that they'd be like watching you, but it was. I'm going on 10 years, and I can finally see my life being a little successful.
Yeah.
Elevate.
Yeah.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
So, was there anything that? Do you have any questions, Lindsay? I feel like
No,
I'm taking over. Like I'm so intrigued.
Well, one of the, not necessarily a question, but I can understand the program, the first part of the program aspect we were talking about, because my sister went through something similar, and so it's one of those things that it's kind of, it's jarring to hear so many people have gone through that type of situation where you've had to literally be stripped from everything you know and love when all you needed is love in that moment. Like, you know what I mean? And, like, you had to be taken and put in this school and, you know, put through school, you know what I mean? Like this place, like, you know, and as a young child, like to think like, I don't have kids, but to think of like a 15-year-old, you know, in that situation, it's like, you're not even mentally prepared for that, like, you know what I mean? And then to have to go through that and then come out of it and still be expected to be an adult to some capacity, or to just, you know, get out there and be somebody, like, you know, that's a lot to take on, and I commend you for actually experiencing that and not quite having the understanding at the time that how powerful and how strong you are for enduring that.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And you're over here talking about it.
Yes,
I
exactly.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you. Is there anything else you want to tell me about the Scientology? Like, once we're done, I'm going to have so many questions.
Yeah.
Probably, but that I can't think of right now.
Right.
I still use it. I still use some of the Scientology stuff. I can say that there is something positive in all the programs I went to. I finally graduated a program, which was Bethel House, in 2013.
Congratulations.
And that was like my first course of action that I completed. But by that time, my kids were adopted out. And social media right now is really triggering for me because people are getting famous off of everything that like I was punished for.
Sure.
But I can't look at it like that.
Yeah.
As much as
When you say for everything you were getting punished for, what do you mean?
I mean, I got in trouble for weed. So back then it was felony. And it was also to make edibles. It was controlled substances. So turning a natural substance into a controlled substance. And those titles are really heavy on your record. When they don't know, it looks like you're manufacturing something else.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, like, now that it's legal, it's like I can just walk in a store and I'm never going to get that freedom back. But now it's legal.
Exactly.
Well, and furthermore, it's not like the state or anybody's going to do anything about it anyway. Like, you know, like there's still people incarcerated now for, you know, cannabis and things like that are nonviolent criminals that could easily have a lot of things either reduced or, you know, re-looked at or anything, and it just doesn't happen. Like, you know, because that's not the end goal. Like, I mean, they don't really, unfortunately, care. Yeah, they don't care about our well-being at the end of the day. It's just a number, unfortunately. Like,
Tell me this, with your when you said that your child started talking about it, I'm assuming, you know, with children, when they start talking about stuff, it's kind of like a form of therapy for them, you know. So with that, were you able to have some kind of dialogue with him about it? And then was there something like, did that help you in some way, or some form of therapy?
Therapy would it helped some of us in the family. But again, it's when you want it, right?
Yeah.
When you need it. And so I would never send my kid away. People are like, well, you probably should. And I'm like, no, like, you send your kid away. Like, don't tell me how to parent. Like,
What do you send them away, like to therapy or to?
a program.
Oh,
Right.
to like a program.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Because you've experienced it.
You like
know
you would never do that. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So to
right.
me, it's like I can't give up on you. I don't
Right.
care what you say or what, I don't care. You're not going away.
Right.
Yeah.
I will never give up on you. And I know that my parents meant well,
Mhm.
but I live in Montauk, so that tells you that I lived far away when I could, but I had to find myself and give my own family stability, and I found it in Montauk. And growing up, you don't fuck up in Montauk. Like, you don't come from Santa Barbara and do dirt out here. Like,
Yeah.
it was just there were rules growing up. So this was my safe place. I never did any dirt out here. I never, and dirt, I mean, like, I never partied and like
Yeah,
smoked and like
yeah.
that kind of stuff. So this was my safe space. And one of my friends that I met out here, if it weren't for her, I don't think I would be as confident as I am. And not because she like tells me what I want to hear, but she's so forward with it. And everything's always a burning dumpster. Like, it's a dumpster fire. Like, everything's always exaggerated with me. Like, it cannot be smooth, it feels. And that's my, like, why I always feel like I'm kind of drowning, you know? Because, like, it can never just be, like, one little thing, like, I got hurt and then something bigger happened. Why?
Yeah. What time this you said you found you got some things out of Scientology. What did you get out of it? And was that the first religion that you explored or that you
Mormonism was part of the behavior models caused by the state. It was based on Mormon theory and a bunch of other therapists that were
Did you have an established religion coming up?
Catholic.
Okay. So you were from Catholic and then you went to a school that pushed Mormonism.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I guess keeps you drawn to Scientology?
It's not that I'm drawn to it. It's just intention without reservation is something I learned from them.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Explain that.
You,
I've never heard that.
so if I get in a car and I don't know how to drive, I already know how to drive. My intention is I already know how to drive.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reservation in the fact that I can drive the car. So that's what I get out of it. It's like believing in myself before it even happens.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
And that's probably the only thing that I can remember
Okay.
that really stuck with me. Not that I'm really proud about the whole Scientology part, but
Well, it's interesting, and if
Yeah.
you were able to get something out of it,
Right.
and it helps you go forward, I mean, there's no reason not to be proud of it.
Right.
I just don't know too much about it, so I'm interested. What did you get from the other program? You said you got something out of both the programs you looked through.
never give up on your kid.
For sure.
So many kids would even make it past 18. I see some of my friends. We found each other via Facebook, so that was really cool. So after being in that program, years later, I can still have coffee or eat a sandwich with them.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just, that was my favorite part about it. It's like, it made me be a better parent. They can cuss me out, they can say whatever they want, and
But
you'll get over it.
Exactly. Have you ever been counseling?
yes.
Just making sure that you take care of yourself.
Does your belief in yourself ever come out in a negative way? Like where you don't necessarily believe in yourself? Like really, I think you're saying that you believe that you can get to the car and then you're driving, but does it ever equal out to something that's
where you tend to see a pattern of negativity?
Yes.
Do you blame that on not intention and not, what did you say? Intention without reservation?
Right. I guess I never put the correlation together.
Sure. Okay. The only reason I'm asking, I know it's a tough question, but because I know that, like, for a lot of women, especially within our age group, I'm 41, and
Yeah,
you
I'm
mentioned,
42.
yeah, and then you mentioned you're 38, right? And so,
No, I'm 39.
oh, 39, yeah, so
39.
39. So that age,
Young
a lot of
man,
us
young
are coming into understanding who we are, like, I mean, like, who we really are meant to be. And for me, I know a lot of my past trauma has come up as, you know, I would blame myself a lot for not knowing better. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I would also blame myself for putting myself in a position to be in that trauma. Like, you know what I mean? Where it's almost a form of victim blaming because that's what is societally and culturally acceptable. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just curious if you notice that correlation coming into your 40s, that, you know, like coming into your womanhood and being a little bit more of a stronger, more, you know, capable, independent woman in your own right, like understanding that sometimes that we also don't come out of that trauma, like, you know, and it kind of builds a little, like, you know, and everyday things, and you'll notice it sometimes, you know, be a bigger part of your life than you even realize, like, you know, and then, like I know you mentioned before, your child bringing it up too, that where it becomes part of your everyday, like it's not just in the past, like, you know, so just curious if you've noticed anything.
I can say I don't feel worthy of of what I've accomplished. I feel like I should have accomplished this 10 years ago.
Sure.
And
Do you feel like it's your fault that you did it?
yeah,
Okay, there's a little bit I know about Scientology and the thing about Scientology. You can tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm probably wrong, because I don't know everything, Leslie. But I do know that part of what you're taught and what the belief is that if something doesn't happen right for you, it was something that you did to not make that right.
Sure.
And when you said intention without reservation, that triggered something I seen on Scientology, because it was something like the intention without reservation, but then if you get in that car and you think you can drive, because you're supposed to get in, you already know how to drive. So I understand what you're saying. You're supposed to believe in yourself.
Right.
The same way I see myself doing it before I do it, because I lay it to God and then I keep going.
Right.
Give it to God and keep going,
Right.
because He's going to take care of it. He's already done it for me. Same way Christians say that.
Sure.
But the difference is when I get in that car and I really can't drive, is it my fault because I didn't have enough belief in that reservation? Do you see what I'm saying? In that reservation
Right.
for that car to drive?
Right.
Am I making sense? Leslie?
yes. I think, yeah, that's exactly what it is for me. Because I've already messed up as a teen. And when I should have accomplished this stuff at 19, I'm barely accomplishing it right now, pushing the age that I am. And
But you do also understand what you went through, right? Like, you didn't always have the tool, like, so I understand that.
We're all born with the toolbox, but we're
Right.
not born with all this stuff.
Knowing how to use those tools,
Right.
like, you know, or having all the tools in that toolbox.
No, I was just thinking about that, because it's like with Scientology, it's so heavy, and it's so. When I listen to the interviews with like their members, especially like when I listen to like the Sea Org members and stuff like that, it just sounds like it's really heavy, and with you not all the way, or with you still. I don't want to say being associated, but, you know, still being open to some of their theories. Just also give yourself grace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, because we do come from two different religious beliefs, right? But either way, I can understand what you're saying and where it's coming from. But give yourself grace, because where you're supposed to be, you're going to be. You know what I mean? Like I was saying, everybody was born with a toolbox, but everybody's toolbox didn't have everything. And another guest told me that. She said all of us performed, but all of us didn't have it. So you maybe had a hammer, she maybe had everything, and I maybe had a hammer and nails. But if she has the wood, and you have the hammer, and I got the nails, we can get together and we can build the house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just all about each of us, each one teach one, each of us giving each other a little bit of tools to live forward. So just give yourself grace. Like, you can't think of it as, I should have already been here, or what I'm doing right now isn't good enough. Like, be in the moment. Girl, you got a store. You know what I mean? From where I met you years ago, you're doing what you wanted to do. You know? So just give yourself grace, or at least a space to say, I'm proud of myself for where I came from. You know?
Or even the fact that you have children that are your age when you went
Oh,
into
this
these
is
programs.
yours. That's
Like,
yours. Yes.
when you went into these programs, you know, and when you go into these programs and you're basically taught a regimen of something, right? And then you have to break out of that and you have to start over. A lot of that, your trauma that you built there, you have to restart, and then you also had to restart as a parent. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, you're not just, you know, like, it wasn't like you just got to grow up and you figured it out, and like, you know what I mean? So like, a lot of stuff you're figuring out as you go as well. Again, that's where grace comes in. Like, you know, you have to give yourself the grace to know that you didn't have all those tools in those last 10 years. Like, you know, and now that when you know better, you do better. That's something that that's something that you have to live by in that experience. Like, you know, when you're actually aware of it, that's one thing. But if you don't know, you can't punish yourself for not knowing. Like, you know, or not
But
being
you're good enough, girl.
Yes, exactly, and
Yeah.
that's where that belief comes in a positive way. That's when I was asking about it to affect you in a negative way. It affects you in a negative way even now because you don't believe in yourself always. Like, you know what I mean, in your personal self where you've grown so far. Like, you know, it's evident in how you're speaking about yourself that you don't feel that you're good enough sometimes. You know, that you should have been here already. Like, that it's not about where you should have been. It's about the fact that you're here. Like, you know, like, you're still here. You've actually made it this far. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's something you have to be cognizant of. Like, you know, like, it's not a race. You know what I mean? Like,
It feels like you're right.
Right. Like, every day you've made it to this point. Like, you know, in spite of those struggles, like, in spite of the fact that you weren't given those tools, that it wasn't just handed to you, that, you know, that you've learned this and you've learned some of these things the hard way, like, but you still learned the lesson. And so that's the part that you need to take away from it, not that, oh, it should have already happened. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we can all be down on ourselves about those things, but the fact that you're still working towards it in spite of that, like, you know what I mean? You're not just like, well, it should have already happened, too bad, I'm gonna give up. Like, that's also a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the choices that you make are also something
You'll
that are
never
evident in
give up.
front of your children. Too.
No.
Like,
You'll
yes,
never give up.
exactly,
No.
exactly. And that's more of a testament to your spirit. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not the fact that you failed in any kind of way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of any kind of failure that you do have is just a lesson to be learned. You know what I mean? And if you don't learn the lesson, that's one thing. But like, you're actually doing the things. Like, you're doing the things to get yourself to the point that you're at. Like, you know, and that's, you have to be, again, giving yourself grace, and you also have to be in a space of, I actually learned from this. It's okay that I didn't understand then. Like, you know what I mean? And I understand now. Like, you know.
Exactly. Okay, so we're gonna switch it up a little bit.
Yes.
I want to talk about your business.
Okay.
Where are you located right now?
703 East Ocean
Okay.
in Lompoc.
In Lompoc. Somebody, and you're
Not Lofton.
Just somebody asked me if you're on H, and I'm like, no, she's right here on the ocean.
Right.
Right, like by Julio's Insurance, right next
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you used to have another name.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the fish spot used to be right there too.
Yes.
It used to be an aquarium.
Aquarium.
Like,
Yeah.
It used to have aquariums.
Yeah.
It used to be like a fish spot, like a pet shop.
Yeah.
Where I'm at right now.
Where you're at used to be a pet shop.
So crazy.
Before the other business,
Mm-hmm.
it was a pet shop.
Wow. I have actually a pet shop in my my dream journal.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be named Salamanders. Because nobody can pronounce Salazar, right?
Yeah.
So my friend, that's what she would call me, a salamander.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because
Right.
it's not a fish store, but like
It might be a
Yeah.
sign. Just take
Yeah.
it.
I mean,
absolutely.
I love making drinks, so my ultimate thing was to have the permits are really hard, right?
Yeah.
For food.
Right.
So I'm starting with retail, and probably shouldn't be because I'm
Retail's
disabled.
hard.
I'm disabled.
Sure.
Legally.
That's okay though. Like, so why should
Why are you laughing like that?
Because how are we supposed to sustain ourselves when we have all these injuries or all this CPTSD and all of these I have to make a living. So
Yeah.
and I don't mean to laugh it off, but I still got kids.
If you don't laugh, you gotta cry.
Yeah.
So sometimes
Right.
you laugh through it. Before we get into it though, show me some stuff from your business that you
Yeah.
Because I know you guys have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, right?
Yes, so we have. Okay, so this is my favorite
Bring it
store.
over here so
Yeah.
the camera can see you.
It's so
Okay.
he is it's called Send Him to Heaven, and it's a shoe store, but he made his own brand.
And who is it?
The
Somebody-
brand that we sell,
Yeah.
Okay.
and it's Send Him to Heaven is the brand that we sell. He has his own shop in what is it? It's in Oxnard.
Okay.
What is that place called?
In the outlets?
Not the outlets, but the one before the outlets, where Target is.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. I don't know what's
I
called.
forget what it's like a
Promenade or something.
something like that, right?
Okay.
Oh my god, bad advertising. Anyway, he's my
Yeah,
favorite
yeah.
vendor. Okay,
Yeah.
he's my favorite vendor. He's local. He's closer to we did get stuck in the freeway shutdowns, so he's a close vendor, and I appreciate him a lot.
Okay.
So we get his shoes. This is his merch.
And you said that's for me, right?
Yes, this is yours.
Hey.
And then I brought this as well. We make custom rugs. He's another favorite of my vendors.
And she said they make custom rugs.
Yes, and it's
Is that a custom one right there?
yes, the Labubu ones.
And so how much would that one range about? Don't
So-
quote her in here. She doesn't have her sell sheet.
$54.99.
Okay. That's not bad.
So anything you want, any design. These are basically the store has just a bunch of samples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a Solly, so that's another of my favorite vendors.
And this
Milo.
one's custom too.
Yes. This one
And
is
how much is that one?
the same. So all rugs would be $54.99.
I might have to get that one myself. I'm gonna show my son.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, he probably will. Those are nice.
These
And then
are
what
for
else?
you as well.
Both of those are for.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't know if you want to hang them or what you want to do.
I don't
but
know. Well,
there
we
you go.
figured it out. I just said on camera that it was for my son, though.
Right?
It smells too soon.
But then
I like that. Thank you.
Well,
Okay, so and what's the name of your store again?
it's La Cherry Mola.
Cherry.
So
I'll
a
put it
little
in the
bit of the whole family, I don't know if you know Junior H. There's a song by Cherry. But I guess it's for us to, I couldn't think of a name. I can tell you that I didn't know what I was doing. Everything, it already had a name, so I didn't want to change name. So this is what we came up with. And that's supposed to be LA, but it looks like the Empire State Building. So I'm going to fix it.
What looks like the Empire State Building?
You see how the cherry has
Oh,
the
it
city?
does.
It's supposed to be
Okay.
like the
Yeah,
LA
yeah.
background.
Okay, I thought it was fire on the cherry, but whatever. It's still cool.
There you see, I criticize myself a lot.
Yeah,
I
so
just
go check
realized
out La Cherry. I'm gonna drop the link on the
You're
video.
good.
No, you're good.
We all do it. You know? It's part about being we're especially as women we're encouraged to be humble about a lot of things. You don't need to be humble about the things that you're good at. Yes.
So when we talked earlier, you were saying you had some issues when you were going through the city, and then you were saying you had some issues with. Well, what really stood out to me when we were talking is that you said
The
you
fact that it
said-
has La in it. So right now we're in some really hard times, right? And I'm proud of being Guatemalan. My kids are very privileged that they don't have to translate papers at a very young age. So I guess being profiled in the business name and those fears, I am scared.
profile just as far as like people seeing it, not wanting to come in and so.
Yeah. Because it's like a lot of church. So I'm trying to be all inclusive for like every walk of life. Like, you know, if you don't have it, then let me know. And instead of taking it, I can just give it to you. And so the
Do
la
you feel
part.
like that Hispanic businesses are kind of stigmatized if you use like cultural names or things like that? So it makes you. Do you feel like it stigmatizes you from like
Yeah, I'm
a
not
certain
trying to.
group? Or
I'm just not trying to make money off the culture. I'm trying to include the culture. And
Yeah.
there's enough for everybody to eat.
yeah,
And I think that because I volunteered with Mother's Helpers and I love helping people, like separating the business and the giving part. Sometimes like I'll give like the shirt off my own back, not knowing I don't have money to pay the bill the next day.
Yeah.
Um, and like I said, I always feel like there's something going on. There's a big dumpster fire, and it's like, how do I balance this? How do I figure it out? And actually, a Hispanic person is why I'm so insecure about my name. He was basically saying I added la, and it should be LA Cherry, and basically I'm putting a target on my back for ICE to come in, and it's not 1991 anymore, so like, why am I having to fear this as a business owner? And again, I have to separate the business, the politics, the feelings, and my insecurities. And not giving up on the business is me, like,
it was
not
smart.
giving up on myself.
You shouldn't be made to feel ashamed about it.
Yeah.
Like in any kind of
Like that's your name, and the thing about you making your business inclusive has nothing to do with the name.
Mhm.
It has to do, like when I was looking at your sites, I said, does she have pro clubs?
Mhm.
Does she have Gill Dance?
Yeah.
That was the first thing I said to my husband. I said, because if she does, then I can go around the corner and I can just get you t-shirts from there.
Right.
That's what makes it inclusive. What makes it inclusive is having things that not just, that people that you're around want, but maybe that other cultures want.
Right.
The lipstick that maybe these young girls want. Just that's the inclusive. That's what's going to bring people into your business, because you have a good place. You have a lot of foot traffic. But your name, you should be proud of that name.
Right.
I wouldn't be mad at the man who said it, because it sounds like he's coming from a place of understanding of what's going on right now. But be proud, girl.
That day we talked about it was when the freeway got shut down, and it was just me and the baby. We went to go get the carpets. There's rocks and all kinds of shit happening. How do I explain that to my kid? Like, it's not about me anymore. It's about like she's 9, like, and then having to tell him what's going on, and he's like, that's why you made yourself a target. And I'm like, no, like, I'm gonna stand my ground, and surviving this time next year will be a point. I can't give up
Yeah.
on this, because I did open in the worst time.
Why do you feel like it's the worst time?
Because the business, like, where I get some of my items, the businesses were burnt down.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
like, I think that
Yeah.
like
Um,
that
the
only
reason why I'm saying
that.
no, the
Number
reason why I'm
one.
saying that is because I'm trying to change the perspective on it. I feel like the reason why it's not the worst time is because these people also need help, and that's something you're good at. It's inside. Like, you know what I mean? Like
She
that
said my
you're
resources got burned.
that
was it.
But what I'm saying is
I
that,
love
like,
them.
the fact that you're able to help some of these people now out of this situation. Do you see what I'm saying? That like may not have had the sales otherwise, like because now you're opening a shop and you're getting more exposure for them. And you see what I'm saying? Like you're
the t-shirt person.
yes, this is what I'm saying. So like I get that it's the worst time, but it's also you're helping somebody in their worst time. Do you know what I mean? Like so you're actually a pivotal part in their growth. Do you see what I'm saying? And you're it's part of your growth as well. Yeah.
My nerves are shot.
Yeah,
My
nerves are shot.
because I want to talk about it. I want to
Yeah.
say it. I think I'm always in fight or flight,
Sure.
and I think I took a chance on somebody that I really looked up to,
Yeah.
and right now I'm having to figure out all of this, the business part, the taxes, and everything by myself. I have to navigate it alone.
Okay, let's pause. Let's shot. And ask a question. So, I'm gonna get into what happened at your business, the original one. And I think it's important because there's other people in business out there. And there's other people that are who are excited and they have money to get into business and they trust people. And I think it's important for people to hear the stories of just because they're good to you, you trust them, you can't always trust them. Is that the way? Did I say it right? I don't know if I just said it right.
You nailed that.
Let's start here. Why did you, or how did you end up going to the place of getting a store? Anyway, like going from getting financial, like where you were financially stable and they said, hey, this is the location I choose and I'm going to be in business with this person at this location. How did that happen?
So, I like to make drinks. I have a drink page, and
Are you still making drinks?
I guess on the side.
Send me that. And
Yeah.
We'll put that link up too.
And so I got hurt at work, and it left me with the colostomy bag, and my hand and my right side of my body doesn't really work, and just a lot of health crap. I didn't have a dream of having a store. I was making maybe minimal a drink cart, like where I park it outside my house and I sell it from there, and I roll out of bed and go in there.
Mhm.
So this store wasn't my dream, and I helped. I wanted to help. I didn't know who to help, and instead of helping others helpers, like because me and her are bonding. Like that's
So let me catch it up. Remember I said I'll help you?
Yes.
So you received, because you were injured, you received a settlement, you received some money.
Yes.
And you have always wanted to help. Even if you didn't, whether you had money or not, you've always wanted to help in some way. I know that about you. So you wanted to help, and instead of helping others helpers, you ended up helping this other business. But you said you guys were tight like this. Were you talking about Mother's Helpers or the other business?
Mother's helpers.
Okay.
And she never even asked. And I think I should have seen red flags. But because I didn't want to deal with it, my friend said I was just giving it away. And I was like, oh, all right, cool. Like, you were on that list too, I guess. Right? Because I helped her. And anyway. I don't know what to say, how to say it. Like, she helped me move and paint the place.
You at the building? Or
Yeah. No, not the building. My home.
your home? You
So the
moved?
store was already established.
Okay.
And it was doing really, really bad, I guess. I didn't know. I didn't know anything. I asked her, can I rent a wall? Again, I'm not thinking big. I'm thinking like, let me rent this little wall because they do it at, what is it, Southside.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what I was thinking. That didn't happen. I ended up with the whole store. And I can't believe it still. Like, I still can't believe it's mine because I had to go through the paperwork and do all of that and change the name. And, but I got sick again. I got Bell's palsy. My face got paralyzed. It impairs my speech.
Let's back up a little bit. How did you end up with the whole store from a wall? Like, what was the conversation there where you said, hey, I just want to make this little piece of wall, and then you walk out and you're like, I have the whole store.
Mm-hmm.
Like that happened.
She's like, well, if you're
Did she own the property or
she
just
does
rent
not.
it?
Okay, so they repainted everything in there. They added the lights, they added the shelves, and supposedly or allegedly there's about $60K worth of items in there. There was not. Okay, I'm so sorry. There wasn't. So I had to go and find all these vendors. But how I got it, she's like, I can help you. You can be a silent investor. This is the amount I need. I didn't know, I just wrote a check. It
Did
was,
you do a contract or anything?
yes, but she's not even abiding by it.
Mm-hmm.
And
You can sue her.
Yeah.
but so much energy. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, how is it my own fucking person? Like, no offense, but like, it's your own people.
Yeah.
Screw you over. Like how? Like, and I'm not gonna force my kid to marry somebody. Like, no. Like, do you see the like? Oh my. Okay, so my mind on how I was thinking, this isn't gonna work out. So I'll let it play out, and God will provide. Like, it's the only person that's gonna provide. And it went from a $60K investment to 120K investment.
I remember you telling me how much you got, but that's a lot.
I have nothing to show for it. No property, no nothing. And I don't know if it's like winning the lottery or what, but walking through my apartment and like a ladder hit me, landed on me, and then I get a do-over. I don't want to fuck it up this time. My boys are bigger. Their dad didn't come in and do it. But I'm pretty sure if he would have been around, I would have lost even more with him. I probably not even got out of the ghetto. So when we moved out here, we moved to East Street. You realize how many funerals I couldn't even go. I helped moms and stuff. But like, I was fortunate to be able to walk out with my babies out of that area. And even grown-ups got like hurt, like coming out of their car. But I'm not from here, so this is really new. And Santa Barbara is Santa Barbara. But I live like 3 blocks away from the beach and 3 blocks away from State Street. So like, my struggle wasn't really a struggle, but it was a struggle.
Yeah.
And again, like, that's why I ended up in those behavioral model programs. So I think, like, I was sold a dream that wasn't my dream, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll help you, but, like, you're going to pay me back. Because the contract says, like, you're going to invest this is what the projected, you have to write business
Projected
plan.
sales, yeah.
So, like, it looked good. Plus, I can have my surgeries, get better, get home with my kids, and,
We're investing in the future.
yeah, it was supposed to grow.
Mhm.
And I don't know how it happened, but here we are. I don't know how it happened
Yeah.
because I let it happen, I guess.
I mean, well,
You can't blame yourself for other people's actions, though. But
Yeah, but if I would have told my one friend would have been, I mean.
girl, if you would have called me back. Remember when you called me?
Huh?
Yeah. If you would have called me back, I'd been like, you're giving what to who?
But I think
no,
it's
the second
also
time-
it's also a trauma
No.
response though too. You're not going to reach out for help. Like you know what I mean?
I did,
It's not-
and then
like,
you were
that's what
short,
I'm saying,
so I
just
was
so you're
like,
not going to do it again.
fuck.
Like yeah.
And then having to call I call her my big sister because I don't have a relationship with my sister, and I don't give a fuck if she sees this. You can put that on there. I don't have a relationship with my sister. So what the fuck? I get a do-over, right?
You do it right.
And that's where I'm like, but you see how worse I've like physically gotten. And then you hear these guys saying what they're saying, and it's like, fuck, it's.
What are they saying?
I don't know what I was watching. I'm sorry. I was watching so yeah, your podcast. This is personal now. Like, I don't know. I love the whole content creating thing. I love it because it's a perspective. It's like your inside thoughts being said out loud. And
It's real.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's
the
important
words
for us
out.
to know what these guys are thinking. Like,
Mhm.
we don't want to hear it. It's triggering. Like, are all guys thinking this? But it's like, dang, nigga.
Mhm.
the fuck, 10 years? I'm going on 10 years.
Yeah.
You imagine going to these games, right, with these coaches. Come on, now, let's be real. How football works, football season,
Yeah.
right? And that was like my favorite. I made a lifelong friend. My boys made lifelong friends with football. Like
Mhm.
he was able to have options. Like, and soccer's a passion. So I don't know. Like, she's great. V. I'm so sorry.
I don't know where we're
I know.
I was just here.
It's.
I didn't know where we were, but I was here with you.
We're going. It was football, and it was the one person I can be myself. I was myself. Unapologetic. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Like myself, and she had to go say goodbye to me at the hospital, right? And the doctor, or not the doctor, when the preacher came and preached, I was scared. I like the odds were really, really against me. And now I have a store. It's not my property, which is again stupid now that I think about it, right? But whatever.
It's okay.
Yeah. You're getting there.
The thing is, there's lessons, right? So, like, when they say, usually when somebody gets their first lump sum of money, that's gone real quick.
Yeah.
Because they do everything that they always said that they were going to do. But they don't move like somebody who's had money. This time when you get it, you're not going to do all the things you ever wanted to do because now you're going to see that, I mean, you know, your situation.
It works differently. Yeah.
Yeah, it works differently.
Mhm.
So, and there's resources, like there's things you can do with it. So you just have to be smarter about it. I don't know, ask ChatGPT too.
I know he's been my best friend.
Mine
It's a
too.
boy.
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
So.
But it's lonely. And you know what? To raise two freaking
Teenagers.
yes. Okay, I'm so sorry, but like they're boys, so I didn't ever want anybody to say a yo mama joke and it be true.
Sure.
Okay? So like I've walked a straight edge. I'm about to have two adults.
Yeah.
Under 40.
Yeah.
But then again, like 10 years later, I had an oops, right? He's still not in my custody. That is, my trauma and my consequences are still haunting me years later, no matter how much I want to rectify it for my boys. And then my daughter. Like, drinking and driving, I don't get it anymore. He took not only his life, but the other two passengers in the car. And then the other passenger committed suicide almost a year later. So everybody that was in that car that night is gone. But me and the kids. So I've done everything I could to help Mothers Helpers because that is our only.
Were you pregnant in an accident?
Actually, that's the only reason why. Because she was kicking me, and I was in so much pain. And then I looked back and I was like, "Get out!" I was like, "Let's go!" Like to her, like fuck what the fuck they're doing. Get out of the car. She stayed in the car. And I feel responsible for that too. Like,
those are 4 lives that I still feel responsible for. I haven't had a moment to grieve or mourn or anything. Not my body, not my health, not anything. And then the father of my kids comes back into my life knowing everything that's happened. That was just 10K because I was going at the school, right? He just walks out too, like, again. So it's always like a convenience, right? It's always like, what do I have to offer to them? I don't know. So I just shut down. I haven't.
It's like, how do you be comfortable with anybody if every time you do, it's like they take what you might have to offer.
Yeah.
Which is like not really what I have to offer. It's just part of me. I'm just here, but I'm not giving what I have away.
Yeah.
But if I love you, you can have it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, you notice that happening as a pattern for you. Like, to me, it's like that's my sign to give it back to myself. Like, I'm the one that needs the love. You're not the
Don't
one
get
that
what
needs
nobody
it. Yeah.
needs to.
They don't need it. You need it the most at that point. Like, you know what I mean? And
It's got buddy at the couch.
absolutely, exactly. That's for you. That's not for anybody else.
Just hop
And
on.
this is your opportunity to grow. This is your opportunity to put it to yourself because you do deserve that. Like, you know, I feel like there's a part of you that probably tells yourself you don't. Like, I mean, that probably says, hey, you know what, I'm not worthy yet. You know what I'm saying? And so if you feel you're not worthy, that's going to manifest sometimes.
Are you diving into faith at all? Do you go to church?
I went to In His Hands.
Wait a minute. That sounds familiar. No, wait a minute. You know what, Leslie? Why would you bring that up?
Those aren't your people if you don't.
I don't.
Do you realize how bad I was looking at people? I'm bad at communicating.
Want me to tell you honestly?
Yeah.
I found myself.
Yes, exactly.
I was able to sit silently or quietly, or I was able to go to lunch and not feel like I needed somebody there, or I was missing somebody, or I was bored. The voices in my head that I think about and I talk, you know, how it talks to yourself and all that. I was comfortable. I just got comfortable with that. I was diagnosed with depression, high anxiety, and PTSD. So I was taking medicine for that. I stopped taking that. I had to get comfortable with me.
Yeah.
Honestly. I smoke a lot of marijuana, but
Me too.
yeah, and then but I still don't hang out with a lot of people.
No, because you have to protect your peace.
This is the most people
Yeah,
I've seen
you do.
since I've been doing this podcast.
Right. Exactly.
Like, it's a lot,
Right.
but I don't hang out.
And
with
even
people.
then, it's controlled energy, though. It's not like these people are here all day long. Like, you
No,
know,
it's
no,
not.
yes,
Yeah.
right.
But yeah,
You
so-
have to give. That's what we were talking about earlier about giving yourself grace. Like, you know, you have to give yourself grace in these moments too to understand that it's okay to not be okay sometimes and just kind of sit with it. You even said you never gave yourself time to grieve. Like, you need to give yourself time to process that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's important and imperative to your growth. Like, you know, like, and it's something it's part of what's holding you back now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not able to fully grieve. You're not able to fully process your feelings. Like, you know, and like in all aspects, not just in one dynamic, like not just one incident. Like, you know what I'm saying? The fact that your trauma didn't just start the last few years. It didn't just start, you know what I mean? It didn't just the last few moments. Like, you know,
I didn't even know CPTSD
Sure,
was a thing.
Yeah. Complex.
So traumatic that they
Right.
added a C.
Right.
It's like,
Well, and that's because, again, the reason why they added the C, especially for someone in your situation, is again, it's because you started at 15, going through some very traumatic processes that you haven't fully processed, and then coming out of that, not fully being able to process or find a safe place. So if you're always constantly in a fight or flight, you're not going to be in this place
What
of,
do
I
you-
feel safe, like I feel good, I feel confident enough to deal with that. Like, you know, that's a hard place to be. You've never been given that. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it's nothing to blame. Like there's no, I'm not saying like you haven't taken the time because you should have. What I'm saying is that I don't think you've realized that that's something that's very important to you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
That you
sometimes
need to do that.
there's tools.
Right,
but,
right.
You know, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you need people to tell you that it's okay. Do you see what I'm saying? Because for you, it sounds like you base a lot of how you feel off of others and because you're giving so much to everybody else, you're just waiting for them to accept you.
I don't even know how I get put in these situations.
Yeah.
And seriously, in all seriousness, for the past 10 years, like I said, I still have another baby I need to bring home. Right? I was really lost after having the other two. When I found out they were adopted out, and I jumped through all these hoops, and I still didn't get the kids. I kind of lost it.
Sure.
Because again, it's been like fight or flight. I had him at 19. You know, I never processed the healing part of it. So it's like I accomplish one task and then I jump into the next. So G's about to be 10. The whole car accident situation was so public. The minute it happened, I got the boy. That was a blessing in disguise. Whether he would beat the shit out of me. This is a 6'3", almost 300-pound man. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't even say that.
You need to talk about
But I loved him. He was 24 on top of it, so I'm over here 30, and he's like 24. I mean, like, that's a big age gap difference too. So like, I tried the whole thing, but I mean, he was way more dominant. I hate sharing my food, okay? One thing is I can't share food. I don't know why. Maybe, again, from the programs and stuff. But, like, I shared my pizza with this guy, like, underneath a bridge. So, like, and we popped out with 2 kids. So, I mean, I've shared this story, and I mean, maybe it'll be embarrassing to the boys, but I don't even... This is my story, and I haven't been able to tell it.
Yeah.
And, so
Thank
coming...
you for allowing me
Yeah.
to listen.
I just... Telling it from my perspective has been scary. Certain times things were really, really fun because I was trying to drown it out. Autism is a really big thing. People don't really believe in it. Again, it's been hard to diagnose. Regardless, I'm the way I am. I don't think I've accepted who I am, but I've tried to walk such a straight path so that my kids aren't affected anymore. Like again, football was like very competitive, and what was I supposed to do? Like sleep with all the coaches to get my kid to the top? I did it, and then did I fail him for not doing it? Because he's had it really hard. You know, like, this is real. Come on, like, you know that certain things happen during that time, or maybe you don't. But from my perspective, the people that were with the coach got more blamed. So where do I how do I his
How do I
talent,
give my kids everything?
yeah, or like his talent speaks for himself.
Sure.
And having to defend him that way, I've had to isolate and not date. So not dating from but I don't consider dating my baby's dad. He was just living there. I was just his roommate. He was just helping me because he had like a whole other relationship. I mean, there was romantic.
Sure.
I mean, it was still
it was just where you're being
you know,
taken care of. Like, yeah. Like,
or I knew. I don't know. Maybe. No, yeah, I knew. I knew like he would go and see other people, but like he would come home at the end of the night. And again, using my space. But I'm also a germaphobe, so I don't have to go out in a dating pool. That makes sense. But 10 years is a long time. And now hearing people say like they judge you off the first, you know? It's like, well then what are your options? Like I have to be alone forever and not date and not do anything? Like
Well, don't just take their word for it.
Yeah, and that's only one opinion. Like,
that was 3.
No.
one percentage of
And
opinions.
again, it's back to like the kids really talk a lot of shit. So it's like, holy shit, like they look at your like kids look at their mom's mom, like you know what I mean? Oh my god, and there's oh my god, parenting. I love it because they're almost adult. Like my middle one's almost adult.
Yeah.
Sorry that I don't look at you.
No, you're pleased. You're
But,
good.
So I don't know, like all of this shit is happening. They're looking at their mama get taken advantage. I don't stand up for myself, but I refuse to close the store down because I have a point to prove
To who?
myself. It's like personal. Like not only did I give my trust away, okay, you fucked me over, but like you got to sleep with that. I don't. Like I got to figure out how I'm gonna make it to the next day. I still got 10 more years with G. But like I guess I think in like increments of like it's a 5-year plan or like a 10-year plan because the boys are growing. I want to be a cool grandma. I want to be able to have Disneyland money. Like I'm not like I don't know. I just want to have it together. Like I used to sleep on the street. Like I would go to the rescue mission at the end of the night. Now I have a business and I don't own a home, but like the maintenance is a lot, so that scares me too. But I'm not in the ghetto. And E Street was hard. Coming from Santa Barbara from the beach to coming to Lompoc, like that was hard. That was a really big transition. But it was still like, how do you teach boy to be a man when you're not a man?
You might ask one of the next guys that.
I'll never be, and I fall short on that.
But what I've heard men say, which actually I did ask my guest last night that, I said, what would you say to the, because he has a son, he's an active parent, but he didn't grow up with the father. But there was mentors that he had around. There was men that he was able to look up to. I don't think we can ever replace our father. I think we can, all we can do is do the best we can, but a mother can only be a mother, and a father can only be a father. Like we can't, and I think maybe that's where a lot of us fall short, is when we try to take on both roles, when it's like, we just got to do the best that we can, and that's just what it is. Like,
You're human.
my kid, like my kid's dad, he's not here. Like he's not here. There's nothing I can do. Doesn't matter how great people say that I'm doing, what it looks like from the outside looking in. None of that matters, and none of that fills in for what's missing. You know what I mean? And after so many years, I got remarried, and then that filled a void, but it didn't fill the whole void because that spot for them still isn't there. But that's not something I can fulfill. That's not my responsibility. That's his responsibility. I can only do what I'm supposed to do. And as a mother, it took me a long time to not overcompensate, because I was overcompensating because the dad wasn't here, and because I wasn't making enough, and because other kids got this, and because I didn't have a new car, and because I didn't, right? And because I didn't own my property, and because I was running a business in a 2-bedroom, and because my kids don't have their own room, and all that, because that's my reality, all that. But it got to a point where I was like, I'm enough.
Right.
My kids are fine. They're happy. It could be worse. They could be somewhere with the father who doesn't want them there. They could be, who knows what that man might be going through, that if my children were there, they would have to go through that too, and that would be trauma on them. At least now I know what they're around and what they're exposed to, and I'm in control, almost, of the trauma that's inflicted on them, if any, right?
Yeah.
And that's the reality. Like, it could be worse, and that was advice I got a long time ago. Like, you never know what that man's doing. You know what I mean? So you be careful wanting your kids to go somewhere else. If they go somewhere else and you can't pull them back, then they just gotta go do what they're going to do. So it's gotta look at it like that, you know? Because you could do it. Listen, I taught my son how to pee.
Well, yeah.
Stand
I mean,
back.
I did too.
Listen,
I'm
what
a
else is
fun
there?
freaking
What else
Cheerios
is there?
and shit.
Right?
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Cheerios, Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we had to do what we had to do, but it's exhausting.
Sure.
And then,
But you're almost done.
Yeah.
You're almost done.
Yeah.
I have 2
I
years.
started
you have
over
2
with
years.
a girl.
Well, that's your fault. I
I
have 2 years.
yeah, you
I
really
forgot.
are.
I forgot. You're not almost
No.
done. Yeah.
I started it
I never
over
started,
again.
so that's.
And then he decided to die. So, like, I can't even be mad at him because, like, fuck.
Yeah, so, you know, that's your fault. You know what I mean? We can't even talk about that on the podcast. We don't got to go too deep. You wanted that one.
Yeah.
I really did. She's perfect.
She's
She is.
beautiful. She's beautiful.
She is.
Okay, well, we've been here for over an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you. Was this like a therapy session?
I think so.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
didn't want you to
So
come back.
I felt like
want
you
you to
just
get
do
it out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
After every episode that I've had that's like gone deep like this, people are always like,
You want
the
a little more?
episode, the episode went off without me hearing more.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to overwhelm you though too, because you just like unpacked a lot.
Well, and you have a lot in your story too.
And
Like,
you're gonna go home and you're gonna
Yeah.
think about this. and
yeah.
You're gonna be like, I should have said this, or I want to talk. Like, you're gonna process it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to overload you with like 2-4 hours of footage.
Right,
And
right.
talking like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of like a counselor. You
Yeah.
go in for an hour and then you're like, girl,
Let's,
we gotta
let's come back in a week.
So I don't. Would you like to come back?
Of course.
And we don't always. we don't always have to
Have a personal
dig
conversation
so
with
deep.
that.
So I had a whole 10 list of questions and answers and open-ended discussions that we were going to get into about your business and the city and and the name of your business and all types of stuff. But we just. You mentioned Scientology.
Yeah, and we went off on that
Right.
right.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
That's a fun fact about
Yeah,
me.
That's
That's
so
proud
cool.
of that.
I would like you to come back and maybe just like dig deep into what you're comfortable.
Yeah.
I would, yeah.
And I
Yeah,
hope this was a
definitely.
comfortable experience
It
for
was.
you.
It's very, yeah, it is.
You know.
I get very shut down, and but I actually feel my shoulders like down.
Yeah.
I don't know, edge. I don't know. It feels good.
Well, you always know I'm always a phone call away. You always call me.
But I don't call, so you have to call me.
Well, you do.
I have to
You
work
call
on
like years. Luckily, I don't change my number all the time. It's like Leslie.
I have a habit of doing that.
Which is okay.
Yeah,
It's
that's,
alright.
that's also too again because you're very good at helping, but you're not good at accepting. Like
Yeah.
I mean, like you need to be a little bit more open to like that people
But-
do care and want to be there for you.
But
Like,
Leslie,
I mean,
no.
like, yeah.
Leslie, no.
Mm-hmm.
Our
That's what I'm saying.
Our first interactions were like,
Yeah.
I'm here for you.
Of course, but it's hard
Always
for
have
someone
it.
that's been through that much trauma to believe in it. You
Yeah,
know what I
but
mean?
Leslie-
Like that they're not a
call me
burden.
at 7 o'clock
Yeah.
in the morning sometimes. She knows how to use her voice.
Sometimes.
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 Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
For sure. I appreciate
I hope you enjoy that.
I will.
Tell me what you want, and I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want that.
Yeah, that'd be
I
dope.
want that. And okay, so what? You could do a web like that or what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and even the logo
Yeah.
in my store, like the light thing.
Yeah.
My vendor does it too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, get me a quote.
Okay.
I want one with color.
Okay.
Because that one doesn't change color.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Next time on Word on the Street. Thank you guys.
Thank
Oh.